the key person was a guy, in terms of the spirit of it, was a guy named Tony Mazzocchi, who was a labor leader, very radical labor leader, but of the oil, chemical, and atomic workers. And he came from New York. He actually knew my sister. That's how I met him. And he asked me to design a economics course for workers. He wanted, this was during summer of 1974. The economy was falling apart. He thought working people need to understand more about how the economy worked. And he sort of picked up that I had some of these translator skills. I'd worked in some political campaigns. I was attentive to, I was not an ideologue where I would turn people off because I would say all these radical things. I was sensitive to people like my parents, working class people. So then I ran into this other guy in the process named David Gordon, who passed away young, unfortunately. He was a super economist, Harvard grad, professor at the New School in New York. And he and I started this thing called the Labor Institute in 1975. I've been there ever since.
Wow.
My entire adult life, working life, has been, we're going into our 50th year. Now, there's too many stories to tell about what the growth experiences were up and down, but I will tell you that because I learned something important, because I wasn't an academic, because I needed to explain what academics do. I learned that you needed a good teaching methodology for adults, that it was a mistake to get up and try to lecture, tell people adults have opinions. So we developed this very participatory educational model, and then we deepened it by visiting how they did it with the trade union movement in England, actually. But we developed it to such a point where we could train workers to become their own trainers using a non-lecture small group approach, where people would do problem solving, look at materials, do problem solving, bring in their own experience. It was bringing together their experience, the academic knowledge together, and without them saying you're wrong and this is right. Let people come to their own conclusions in these small groups. It worked very well.